Let's look at division of fractions now. So division of fractions follows a very similar process to multiplication, but there is a bit of a twist. But many steps are similar. So the first step is the same as multiplication, and that's simply to write the question from your textbook into your exercise book. So we're writing the question, and then we're changing mixed numbers to improper fractions, just as we did for multiplication. So change mixed numbers to improper fractions, same as for multiplication. Okay, third step is different to multiplication and is a bit tricky, so listen carefully. So what we do with our two fractions, when we're dividing the first one by the second one, we change the division symbol to a multiplication symbol. So change division to multiplication, and we invert, so we flip upside down the second fraction. Okay, and we'll see an example of this. So invert means basically flip upside down, so the numerator becomes the denominator and vice versa. And fourth step is to cancel if possible. Okay, so we're simplifying our equation by cancelling out factors. So we'll say cancel if appropriate. So fifth step is the same as for multiplication, and that is to multiply the numerators and then multiply the denominators. Okay, so the same as for multiplication. And the final step is, if appropriate, we simplify and use a mixed number if that's appropriate. Okay, so we'll have a look at an example now, which will better explain these steps. So the first one is simply to write the question from our textbook into our exercise book. So we'll do that, and we've got an example from the textbook again, page 77, which is 2 1/4 divided by 3/8. Okay, and we do have a mixed number, so looking at our second step, we're going to change the mixed number to an improper fraction. So I'll just erase that so we've got more room. So we're changing 2 1/4, that'll be 9/4, and still divided by 3/8. Okay, so we've changed mixed numbers to improper fractions. Third rule says change division to multiplication and invert the second fraction. So let's look closely at what that means. So we change 9/4, that's the same. We change division to multiplication and invert the second fraction. So we have 3/8. So invert means flip those around. So we're going to have 8 up the top and 3 down the bottom. Okay, so that's our third step. Now I'll just erase that rule so we've got some more room. Fourth step says cancel if appropriate. Okay, so we can cancel. If we look at this now, we can actually cancel twice. We've got 4 as the denominator of the first fraction and 8 as the numerator of the second fraction. So those can cancel out. So we can go to that. That's 1. And 4 goes into 8 twice. We can also look at the numerator of the first fraction and the denominator of the second fraction. So we can put that as 1. And 3 goes into 9 3 times. Okay, so we've simplified the question now. So I'll just erase rule number 4, which we've just done. The fifth step says multiply the numerators and then the denominators of the fractions. So 3 times 2 is simply 6, and then we've got 1 times 1, so it's 6 over 1. So that should be obvious that we've just got 6 there. Looking at our final step, we don't need to simplify because it's already as simple as we can make it. So I'll just delete those rules, and we've completed our example of dividing fractions.